Right then, for a few years now I've been using a fantastic tool called side-by-side maps, and this lets you compare old Ordnance Survey maps from the late 19th and early 20th century with modern day satellite views, and I could spend hours on this site. I love it. Anyway, one thing I've found myself comparing on there is how roads have deviated between then and now, effectively bypassing themselves. Recently I discovered a Facebook group entirely dedicated to ghost roads. Then that made me think, why don't I go and take a look at some of my local ghost roads? And let's see how many we've got around it. Well, I know there's quite a lot around here, so... Right then, the first one is just down here, so let's go and have a look at it. Well, you join me here at the very first road which sprung to mind when I started thinking about ghost roads. It's probably my most local example as well. Here it is. Now, this piece of ghost road that I'm walking down right now is a piece of the original route of Woburn Road, which was latterly the B557 and then later became the A421. What's significant about this road is that it hasn't just been bypassed once, it's been bypassed twice. I'm going to run my cursor over the route of the original road and you'll be able to see clearly how it's been bypassed by the new one. The road just next door, which bypassed this one, was bypassed again in about 2010 when the new A421 bypass was built, which then rendered the old A421 just, well, the old A421 as everyone calls it around here. This is a good shot here because you can see the ghost road that I'm walking on. You can also see the road here which bypassed it, and then in 2010 this new relief road bypassed that. So I suppose that makes the piece of road I'm standing on now the old A421 in a way. It's been called a number of different things over the years, but yeah, you had the old Marshley's farm down there, which is now the car park to the Argos warehouse. You can see it there, the comparison. The industrial estate it's on now was named after the farm, Marshley's Industrial Estate, so at least the name survives. And as you can see, the whole area has changed dramatically, and that's no surprise really. What we've got here then, a toilet, an abandoned toilet that's just been dumped here. Well, you know what that's all about. It's the old ditch there. Now, this ghost road used to have its very own pub, the Brickmaker's Arms, which stood just there where you can see that fence, but I'm not going to go too close because it looks like there's someone living there at the moment in a caravan, so yeah, but it stood. I'll get the street view up. Here it is. This is what it looked like when it was still standing. This is from 2009. The pub closed in the 1990s. It used to be popular with lorry drivers that used to park up when this was a lay-by. This road, in fact, was still being used as a lay-by in these 2009 images. On Google Street View, you can see some blokes getting some bacon butties from Dave's Snacks there. Anyway, the pub would probably have no chance these days, would it? Having been bypassed twice, and this older road's not even accessible anymore. Well, I've got some photos of the pub standing derelict in about 2013. So that was over 10 years ago as of making this video, but by then it had become a popular squatter destination. It actually ended up burning down, surprise surprise, about 2 years later that was, in 2015, and it was eventually demolished. And yeah, you see the remains of it here today. Right, should we go and have a look at another one? Let's go. Oh dear. Little bit of an obstacle there. Better get my swimming trunks on. Bugger, what am I going to do here? I have to keep to the edge and hope I don't go in. Need to put my phone away because, hang on. Might just try and go down there. There we go. There's the solution. Bypassing the route. It's now a ghost path. Oh, it's a bit tricky to get through at the start. It's a bit straight line mission-y, but the place has almost got stuck. Ah, here we go, look. Fantastic stuff. Alright, I think we're past the worst of it now. Just a little one here, but I think that's doable. Yeah, that's doable, I said, as I slipped right into there and soaked my foot. So yeah, there we go. Cool, so yeah, it was a bit of a waterlogged footpath down there. Managed to bypass the worst of it, but then just slip in anyway. At one of the puddles a bit further up and just completely soaked my left foot. And because that bit goes slightly to the right of a farm, I could hear them saying, "Oh, there's someone there." I think I raised their suspicions a little bit. God, it really is like a straight line mission. Not quite, but anyway. I think I might actually have some footage from this exact spot here from about 4 years ago. And if I'm able to find that footage, I'll put it in now. You can see in the distance there, I don't think any of those warehouses were there at all. They've all sprung up in the last 4 years. And they're springing up everywhere as well. These fields, give it 10 years, they'll be full of them. Actually, no, they won't be full of them. They'll be full of something else, maybe. I'll tell you about that in a sec. Right now, I'm walking up to, well, I'm about to cross the Bedford to Bletchley branch line. And recently, in the past few years, they haven't really had many services running on it, but as of recording this video in 2024, they've just reinstated hourly services, I think, for the first time in years. I can't remember the last time they had an hourly service running. Actually, you're going to have to look both ways this time. I'll look both ways anyway, don't worry. I'm going to be crossing this railway over the pedestrian crossing, which is part of the footpath, so it's all good. I think I can include this on YouTube. No trains coming yet. There we have it. Now, to get to the next ghost road, I have to walk across a footpath which goes across a few fields. Now, you may have seen on the news at some stage, fairly recently to when I'm recording this video, that Universal Studios, titans of the Hollywood film industry, are planning on building a theme park in England, and have even purchased some land near Bedford. Well, this is it. I am on the very plot of land that Universal Studios have purchased for their theme park in Bedfordshire. Now, it does extend quite a bit further up there as well, but this entire field, this huge crop field as it is currently, is going to become Universal Studios. If it does happen, if the go-ahead is given, you can just imagine how much this field is going to transform, can't you? Just how much this scene would change in the next 5 to 10 years. I've seen a few videos of some, you know, theme park enthusiasts already coming to this spot to make videos. But I'm just here by chance. This is the footpath to the next ghost road that I want to talk about. But I just thought I'd include it here as I realised I was walking where I was walking. Well, it's quite amazing to think that I'm in the middle of a crop field right now, but if I was to click my fingers and go forward 10 years, then a roller coaster could just appear right there. Probably most likely a car park, let's be honest, but you know, even so, will it happen? Still not confirmed. Definitely changed the landscape of Bedfordshire forever. Well, there's actually a photo of me standing by that lone tree over there, just underneath, in line with that wind turbine, when I was about 17 years old there, I think. You can finally actually make out some of the footpath there. Boots aren't doing too well. Look at the state of that after walking across the field, but had to be done. Ooh. Well, I hope this bridge is still stable. Ooh. Okay, here it is. And no visible signs once again of a route for the footpath, so I've just got to guess. I think I'm about right. Oh, look at that. Wow. Oh, I should have worn some wellies. Feels like my shoes at the moment, some iron cladding or something. God, they're heavy. Look at the state of that. Got half the mud from the field on my shoes. Oh, that's better. This looks a bit like a shitter version of that Windows desktop background. Let's see, there's an old glass bottle down here. I'm going to do a live picking up of it. Let's see what's on it. Looks fairly old. AB. They're my initials, funnily enough. We'll see what that is. A nice glass bottle found in the foliage. And it's milk, pure milk, I can read there. Another live bottle up from here. Is this an old one? Oh my god. It is. It's a local one as well. Charles Wells. Starfish. Bedford Brewery. What a find that is. Just look at that. As I found it. An old ale bottle. When I get home I'll clean that up. And we'll try and get a date for it. See how old it is. Oh, this is my path, but past that there. Right, back to what the video is actually about. Ghost roads. I'm not too far away from the next one now. I'm just coming out of this footpath in Kempston Hardwick. You can see over here the Marquee, which is a wedding venue that used to be the Chimney Corner pub. And it was called Chimney Corner because just over here there used to be a brickworks. And when they demolished all the chimneys, it broke a Guinness World Record for the most chimneys demolished simultaneously, 18 of them. Tell you what I'll do, I'll put the rest of the video at the end of this video, so you can see that. It's pretty impressive. 1980 that was. The next port of call, here we are. The ghost road in question is somewhere through there. There's only one way to get to it. People are going to think, what on earth is he doing? But, oh well, here we go, it's in here. This is the B530, Bedford to Ampthill, known locally as Ampthill Road. We've got Bedford, about 3 miles that way, and Ampthill, about 5 miles that way. But that is a newer route. Where I'm standing about now is the original route of the road, somewhere here. And you can tell just how long it's not been used because of all the, look at the size of these trees, they've got some age to them now. This one, Unigate milk, another one there. Quite a lot of artefacts along here from people tossing rubbish on the newer road out onto the verge, which is actually the older road. What we've got here then, oh look at this, this looks like a vintage tin of pop. Schweppes lemonade. Right, let's see if we can get a date on the bottom here. It's one of the old pool ring cans. You're seeing this for the first time at the same time as me. Does it say? It does say there, if you can see, best before end shown on base of can. Well, I can see evidence of it. I'll clean it up and see if I can get a date for that. See if I can harvest a date from that later and do my bit. do my bit for litter picking, so there we go. The first time this has been moved, well, since then. Thought I was going to have to scale a fence then, but no, I can just go around. Bit of an obsolete fence now, that is. It's a bit brambly, this one. It's a lot more overgrown than the last ghost road I was at. Brickworks I was talking about a moment ago, with the chimneys being demolished. You can see through there part of the clay pit, which has now been filled with water. It's now a lake, and that's going to be incorporated into the Universal Studios, of course, if it goes ahead. Oh, I found the first remains of this being a road. A little bit of tarmac there, can you see it? So I am on the right track, or on the right road, as you might say. Some more there. And a glass bottle, looks like another milk one. Please return. Well, this person clearly didn't read that. Did the complete opposite to that, didn't they? Go over this little stream. Might be easier to walk over here. Looks like there's a little path. Right, here we go then. I think I've finally found the beginning of this stretch here, as you can see on the map. Just run my cursor over the old road, which I'm interested in, and the new one, which is right there. With a little help from this path, probably used by people walking their dogs or fishing in the lake, I've made it. Let's see what we can find apart from rubbish. I'm just going to check on GPS exactly whereabouts I am in relation to this bit of road. Yeah, I am at the beginning of it now. So, what traces of this ghost road remain? Oh, look at this. A little pond. Well, lake, if you want. Look at that, that's all flooded. This is the route. Right up here. It goes out this way a bit and then comes back round, as you can see on the map. Even a little path. People do come up here. Oh, here we go. What's this old sign say then? Angling Club, members only. Kempston Hardwick pits 1, 2 and 3. There is all sorts of stuff around here. It's a shame, but also interesting at the same time when you find a piece of rubbish from, 30 years ago. I think I was able to see the date on that can. I think it said April 1990, and that was the best before. So it would have been manufactured itself in about 89. Got some old wheels down there. Wonder how long they've been sitting there for. You can see a Guinness can down there, another pull tab. But I'll be here all day if I check every single one of them, so let's keep going along this old road. I'm not sure on a date when this stopped being a road and it was bypassed by the more efficient, straighter one that's still there now, but it's got to be 80s at least. I think I'm about here now in relation to the map. So the road is going to start curving back in, and eventually we'll get to a point where the new road was just laid on top of the original route anyway. So, but yeah, it's interesting to see that people do walk along here. I can see quite fresh footprints down there. Look at the state of my boot. Lots of milk bottles discarded there. What's this one? I don't recognise this. Oh, it's an old Tizer can. Look at that, another old one. Tizer. Can't get a date at all on that one, but yeah, it's post old ring pull though. Still old. Here we go, there's a poster for a missing dog. So that does suggest that it might be a more popular dog walking route than I once thought. What was the last car to hurtle down here? There will have been a last car, probably scrapped now, most likely. Who was the person driving? All these questions. So many questions. Oh, I love that. I just love thinking about that sort of stuff. Don't know why. Some people probably go through their entire lives without even thinking about stuff like that. But, you know, doesn't matter, does it? That's the whole reason why I'm making this video. Okay, we're curving closer and closer back round to the current road. And to get to the next road, I'm going to have to go all the way back where I've just came from, so... yeah, not too long now, I don't think. I don't know why, I just wasn't expecting this to be so trodden. I thought absolutely no one would know or care about this area down here, but it looks like a lot of the locals do. I suppose that's the same about everywhere, really, though. It's hard to get abandoned places anymore. Everyone just knows about them, especially with the internet. Because of me, all you lot know about this now. But yeah, we've come quite close now, so we must be just about just coming back in around to the where you'd get back onto the current B530. Quite close to the lake as well. God, that's actually quite a fair drop down there. I didn't realise. Let me just check my GPS now. How close? Oh yeah. Pretty much got to the end then. I'm not going to go any further because I want to get back and try and go to the last one. So yeah, that was the Kempston Hardwick Ghost Road along the B530. There we have it. Not sure if we're going to get to see any more tarmac. It's just been covered by a layer of dirt and trees and undergrowth now. But we have seen some at the start. So if I see some more, I'll video it. If not, let's be on our way. The route to the next Ghost Road will take me through Wixham's brand new town in Bedfordshire. Well, once complete, it will be a new town, but yeah, just about 5-6 years ago, this was all fields. It's going to be a bit of a walk now through masses of new builds. Bit of a boring next half hour or so. Well, unless you're a new build enthusiast, but personally, I find them a bit, well, boring and flimsy looking. Some of them. When complete, this will be a fair-sized new town. Don't know what phase it's in now, but there's quite a lot of them springing up, new builds everywhere. The warehouse I used to work at for a few years over there. In a way, this is a ghost road I'm walking down right now. Development yet to happen. It's happened that side, so it's half a ghost road. Must be a new school being built there. Most of this stands on the old Elstow storage depot, where they used to make and store munitions in World War II, and then just became a load of industrial units in the latter half of the 20th century. Another thing I don't really like about new builds is they seem to always develop this white, I used to think it was some kind of fungus, but I think it's salt deposits on the bricks. It looks horrible. How easy is it to remove it? If someone knows, let me know in the comments. But yeah, I notice it most frequently on new builds, so I don't know. Why exactly is that? If you know, let me know in the comments. I'd like to know once and for all why that happens. Is it bricks being laid in damp conditions or something like that? Maybe. Who knows? Well, you know, hopefully. Bugger! Looks like something out of Belgium or something, doesn't it? And here they are. Random staircase here. Where does this lead? Oh, there's only one way to find out. Wish me luck. Drum roll, please. Here we go. Oh, well, okay then, well. Tell you what though, nice. Short chunk of ghost road there. Slip through here. I've made it to the final location, the final ghost road, and it's the former main road which was eventually bypassed by the current stretch of A6 that you can see just there. Again, if I run my cursor along the old Ordnance Survey maps, you can see how this road used to go along here and then through the village of Wilstead that I've just walked through. And over time the village was bypassed by the A6, which is just there, cars going along it right now, which meant this stretch of road here was abandoned. And look at this, you can see it's very abandoned. People obviously come up here and do some things they shouldn't be. You can see the old road markings still visible on the tarmac. Here we go, here's a relic, a cat's eye, still in situ on this road. So that's where the very middle of the road would have been, and that's confirmed by the road markings that you can still see to this day. Just a few miles down the road in Clophill was the scene of the infamous A6 murder, which was committed by James Hanratty, and he went on to become one of the last people to be hanged in the UK in 1962. A few miles up there, this road would have been in use back then. No A6 as we know it now. So yeah, nice little fact thrown in for you there as well. That old oak tree would have seen this road when it was in use. And I think we've come to the end of the road. Well, we haven't, but I think as I come up to this old rusty plough, I'm going to call it a day. Well, I hope you found that moderately interesting. There's a few little things thrown in that I wasn't expecting. Finding that old Charles Wells beer bottle, and also that milk bottle as well. Well, there was quite a lot of milk bottles in the end, weren't there? But I might consider doing a sequel down the line, down the road. Maybe when I'm a bit better at these videos, and we'll try and go to some that are a bit more interesting. Maybe some that are a bit more further afield as well. These are ones that are local to where I grew up, so I already knew about them. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you later, and I'll leave you with this.